The big news just came out today. The AFC West got a little tougher. How much tougher, I think, is up for debate. The Carolina Panthers have traded quarterback Teddy Bridgewater to the Denver Broncos for a sixth-round pick in this draft. They announced it today. The Panthers will pay $7 million to Bridgewater. The Broncos will only have to pay $3 million. All this, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. So it looks like Drew Lock. They're making it sound like it's still a quarterback competition, and I guess technically it can be, but Teddy Bridgewater is going to get the start for the Broncos in 2021. And normally Teddy Bridgewater going to a team isn't game changing, right? I mean,
not this team.
When he went to the Saints, like he was a backup, played fantastic. It was brilliant career move by Teddy Bridgewater to take less money to be a backup in New Orleans, because then he got to take over got to steer the ship of a great team, right? Like
loaded team, yeah.
The Saints are stacked. And so instead of him starting for like the Jets or, some shit team, he got to be the backup for a great team. When he did play, he looked amazing. So Carolina gave him a screaming deal. What did he get? $30-something million for 3 years to go to the Carolina Panthers. Fizzled out there. They're moving on. And so now he's going to the Broncos in a similar situation. Broncos got a lot of weapons.
They had everything but a quarterback, man.
But they had Drew Lock dragging the whole team down, and now Teddy Bridgewater's under center.
Here's the issue. In Carolina, they lost Christian McCaffrey for a big chunk of that year. He is their entire offense. Mm-hmm. Their entire offense runs through Christian McCaffrey. So you have your entire, basically a huge bulk of your offense missing for a majority of the season. Mm-hmm. You're just not going to he still was like almost a 70% passer last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had Robbie Anderson, he had DJ Moore, he had a couple targets out there. Not slouches, but not what he has in Denver now.
Yeah.
You look at Denver, they have dual threat running backs. They have good receivers on the outside, a solid offensive line, and a strong defense. That sounds a lot like the fucking Saints when he was there.
Yeah.
And, we were talking earlier. I said, when I found out, I sent it to you guys, you and Rory. And Rory, I don't know what the fuck. He would fail a piss test. He's fucking high right now. He's like, oh, yeah, it's not going to be anything. And this, not like, what the fuck are you talking about, Rory? This is a legit starting quarterback in the NFL. He's going to a team that had everything but a quarterback. And now they have one. Mm-hmm. And he's in our division. So it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for us right now. Hopefully we turn some heads and make some big leaps. But the Denver Broncos just got a lot better.
This reminds me of the Broncos during like the Tebow years, when even with crappy ass Tim Tebow, they go to the playoffs and like win games late. And again, it's not because of Tebow, but in spite of Tebow, they were able to get some wins. They go and get Peyton Manning, bam, they win the Super Bowl. And remember, this is Peyton Manning that wasn't like prime Peyton Manning. Like he did not play well that Super Bowl year.
Yeah, broken neck Peyton Manning.
Broken neck. Old as hell, just ring chasing, just kind of managing the game. Obviously, Teddy Bridgewater and Peyton Manning are two different players, but this kind of reminds me of that, where you're just like, you don't even need a good quarterback. Just have a quarterback that doesn't drag your whole team down, and the Broncos can be dangerous. The Broncos were supposed to be the punching bag of the AFC West
Not
next
anymore.
season, right?
Not
Chiefs,
anymore.
obviously, unbelievable stacked, back-to-back Super Bowl appearances with a win. The Chargers, now that they got rid of their coach, they probably shouldn't have just insanely terrible special teams anymore. Justin Herbert's only getting better. And the Broncos are like, okay, they can't move the ball because they got no quarterback. That should be, that was the only AFC West team we swept last season. Now it's getting heated. Now the AFC West is a real minefield.
Yeah, there's no easy games anymore. There's no games where we're like, all right, this game, what did you say last year when we played the Broncos the first time? I want a curb stomping. That's what I want in this game. That's not going to happen this year. Teddy Bridgewater is not careless with the football. He makes good decisions. He can make the throws, and he has playmakers now. He has playmakers every level. He has decent tight ends. He has good receivers. He's got good running backs. He has weapons, and I think, if as a Raider fan, if you dismiss this move, you are mistaken. You are mistaken for who Teddy Bridgewater is as a player.
So last season, Teddy Bridgewater started 15 games. They were 4-11 under him. 69% completion percentage, 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 3,733 yards. His last season with the Saints in 2019, started 5 games, 5-0, actually had a lower completion percentage, 68%, just 1 percentage lower. Threw for 1,384 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks. 2 picks in 5 games. I mean, when you're banking on Drew Lock, who's supposed to like hurt you, right? Supposed to hurt the Broncos, and you're banking on him to hurt the Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater's not a guy that's going to hurt you. He's not going to be hero. But if you just need a game manager and someone that's just going to like not throw picks, not be reckless, he is your man.
I think he's a little bit better than a game manager, but I get what you're saying. He's not going to implode your game plan. He's going to run your game plan, and if your game plan is sound, he's also able to make, you know, those little plays outside of the structure of the offense.
Yeah.
Here and there. After his knee injury, he's not as mobile as he used to be, but he's not a stiff back there.
And also, I think we're also forgetting his 2015 season too. He was 11-5.
It's not a bad quarterback, dude.
In Minnesota. I mean, again,
not a bad quarterback, man.
He's got everything going for him. You know,
look at that. He had a running game in Minnesota. He had a decent line. He had playmakers on the outside, and he had a defense that could take away the football. It's like, dude, when you give him, he's shown that when you give him that, he's going to win. He's won everywhere. Last year, he didn't have his best player, basically his entire offense almost, and he still threw, you know, that one extra game. He was sniffing 4,000 yards. So it's not like he's not a scrub at all. He's a drastic improvement at quarterback. It's exactly what they needed. They're not paying a lot for him. It gives Broncos the flexibility to trade out of that 8 pick and get some more capital and fill some holes and make a decent team now even stronger.
I wonder if this is a blessing in disguise, though, because let's say Teddy Bridgewater plays above average. Right? Let's say he plays, you know, like he did in Minnesota, right? They win 10, 11 games, 68% completion percentage, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks, right? That's good enough. That's going to keep Teddy Bridgewater employed and starting in Denver, but not bad enough where you're going to go chasing a really, really good quarterback, right? Like it's going to keep them from being like, all right, let's just keep hunting for the next John Elway. Mm-hmm. This might be just like a level of mediocrity at QB that could keep us long-term potentially in a better spot. Unless we think that the Broncos are just going to just fritter away the next few seasons, like just chasing quarterbacks they'll never find.